Welcome to Call of the Pen. What's today? Today is July 17th. Sorry, we have been taking a break, living our summers a little bit. It's the reason why we do retire and sit on the couch. But Steve, it's been one hectic couple days for me.
Saw that.
First of all, we'll just get straight to it. So I'm racing this guy. I've only raced him a few times. Smoked him every other time ever. And he must have been taking some stuff or training really hard to catch up to me or something. So first round, there's qualifying, taking 3 guys. So it's like a chill round. I'm winning. I'm just chilling. He makes like a crazy, like hard, aggressive, like a good pass in the second turn. I'm like, oh man, like doesn't really usually happen when you're sitting in qualifying rounds and it's an easy round. And I was like, dang, Lloyd, after the round, I was like, a little aggressive, but all right, here we go. So the main event comes and I'm in gate 2 and he's in 4 or vice versa, something like that. I don't know. I'm in 4 and he's in 6, something. I don't know. So I try to push him to the outside a little bit, getting down there. And then all of a sudden we're going on the first turn and he just cuts hard. I mean, almost chopped my front tire off. And if I keep going straight into the turn, I'm going face first into the berm, I'm dead. So I'm just trying to like turn with him and hold on for dear life. I'm thinking 100% I'm going down. Like I could just feel it. I'm going down. And all of a sudden he just disappears. Like he's gone, flies over the turn. And I'm like, I'm going. I get back whenever I get everything back together. I'm winning, coming around the third straightaway, going to the last turn, and I can I can kind of like see the corner of my eye that like this dude's probably gonna be standing there yelling at me because he went over the first turn and the third turn is right next to the first turn.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like I look up and I just see a dude in full throwing motion with a helmet, and I'm just thinking. I'm defenseless. I don't know what. I'm just like, holy crap. And I like kind of like just hold on for life. And luckily, a volunteer grabbed him at the same time, and the freaking helmet goes into the ground and rolls. But if I don't jump, let's say I stay on the ground, it definitely takes my tires out, and I'm face down, probably in the hospital, or someone else is going down. And if he throws it in the air, I'm definitely in trouble. But somehow it just worked out some way. And it was the craziest situation I've ever encountered in BMX in my life.
Did you win?
I definitely won. Still, the guy still has yet to beat me in the main event. So,
hey,
and then he got disqualified for the next 2 days. So I won the next 2 races, but
because of his actions.
Yeah, for being an idiot.
What did he say to you after the race? Did he come after you and try to kill you?
Yeah, he was like stormed into the freaking my pit tent wanting to talk like a man. I'm just like, first of all, you're the one that threw the helmet at me. I think this should be an apologize. And he like wanted me to explain myself, thinking I did a dirty move. And he thought I did a dirty. He thinks I'm dirty rider because 3 years ago I raced another guy on my very first race back from after 30 plus years, and this guy like was going down the second straightaway and he went wide, extremely wide, left the whole inside open going into the turn. So I took it. And he didn't pull his brakes, so basically he ran right into me and he crashed. And then he wanted to fight after that. And it was like the easiest move ever. 10 out of 10 times, my son takes that move. So then this guy has spread rumors to everybody that I'm a dirty rider. So this guy has told this guy that I'm a dirty rider because he said I'm not like Sutton. That's the guy's name. The other guy's name, Chris, said he goes, I'm not like Sutton. So he thought he wanted me to explain myself. Like, dude, I had zero intentions of taking you out. You totally were cutting my front tire off. I was going down. Like I literally thought I was going into the ground, and next thing you know, it was gone. Like I don't even know what happened. He's like, I just thought it was dirty. And I'm just like, it doesn't mean you could throw a helmet at me. Like that's
I know.
Assault.
You want to know it's dirty? Yeah, exactly. You whipping your helmet at me on a bike when I'm flying down this track.
It was crazy. I can't even stop thinking about it. It was that crazy. Like day after day, I can't stop thinking about it. And they only suspended this guy for a month.
That's it?
For the whole time. A month. I'll go throw something at somebody.
I can't wait for him to come back and you guys to race again.
Oh, you're going flying over apparently on some. There's like a Facebook group, I guess, for BMX, and it's called No Holds Barred. So that was like the chat to be in. I don't have Facebook, so I'm not in on it. But people have showed me and told me, and he's like, I'll be back. I'll see him in LA. LA is in like October. I don't even know if I'm going. I'm kind of scared for my life to go to this race now.
You better beef up.
But if I go there and I dominate this guy, all hell's gonna break loose, and I will show him up so bad. Like they're gonna like he cannot
What's
lose
the
that
all
race
right
because I will embarrass him.
with baseball podcast? What's the equivalent of a bat flip in the BMX realm?
So let's just say, like, can you imagine a hitter throwing a bat at you?
Yeah, I mean those old school videos of like I forget who it was, like a Dominican dude just launching a bat at the pitcher.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I can
let's
think
just
of.
say you're walking to the dugout. Let's say you're walking, or no, you're in mid. Let's just say you're pitching, and a guy from the side runs, or like a guy on first base or something, like a hitter. You can't even see what's happening, and you're in middle of your throwing the ball, and all of a sudden a bat comes flying at you. That's what it was like. You can't stop it because you're in. There's nothing you can do.
Right, you just gotta wear
You
it.
can't defend yourself because you're in mid motion.
You catch it and throw it back, Mario Kart style. It's like
Bro, it's blue
just
shell. You
absorb it.
can't stop blue shells.
Yeah, you can. You got the little speaker thing.
Bro, I didn't have a star.
That's right. Blue shell. No, but like a bat flip though. Like, how do you bat flip a race? Like
Backflip?
celebrate.
Like pimp?
Yeah, like if you pimp it.
Oh, so when I
Like
when I
if
go
you
back
if you
and
beat this guy, yeah, that's what I meant.
oh,
Like if we-
I don't even know. I'm gonna show him up. I don't even know. I might black out, but
I tried learning the gritty yesterday. Maybe
got
maybe you can
video
bust
of
that out on the podium. No.
is there video of that?
My daughter's like, "Oh, I've got kids in the class that know how to gritty." I'm like, "Oh, how do you gritty?" So I looked I YouTubed how do you gritty.
Oh, you probably will look like Jaceki trying to gritty. Did you see Jaceki went for
I took
the Dolphins?
No.
So go look up Jaceki from the Dolphins when he tried to gritty. That's probably what you look like.
All right, I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
You
It's
gotta
probably
look
really
it
good.
No,
All right,
it's
so
terrible.
all right.
He even said it's probably the worst gritty ever.
Let's talk about this All-Star game.
Oh, let's
You
go to the
watched
home
it?
run derby first. I think the home run derby, the
All right.
new rules, and it was kind of exciting. Like I wasn't really a fan of who was in it. It was kind of
Yep.
boring for nothing. It's not just for the fan wise. It wasn't exciting names, but it ended up being an exciting home run derby.
No, it was great. I was trying to explain, I think to my wife actually. She's like, why is a home run derby seem boring to you? I'm like, look, no disrespect. The players are great, but they're not like your household like names you see when you think of like pure power. But I was telling her, I'm like, any one of those guys in the All-Star game could have, competed in the home run derby. They're just that good and during batting practice and everything.
Yeah,
And those guys are super talented that hit too. Don't get me wrong, but it's just you want to see like the big name power hitters like doing it. But
I want to see Bryce.
at the end of the
I wanna
day,
see-
it ended up being really good. Like Teoscar Hernandez seems like an awesome guy, and
yeah,
he put on a good show. Like he came out cold, and then he tore it up in the first round at the end. And I like the rule. I love the rule with the 3 outs at the end instead of like extra time, because it
Yeah.
saves the hitters first of all, and then it puts more pressure on them, in my opinion too. And so I like that a lot. Like,
Well, I like
bomb.
only a certain amount of pitches. Like no one gets more swings than anyone else.
Yeah, that's true too.
So I like that
Good.
idea.
Had they had
There was
that
a few
when
times
Harper
where,
won it.
when Bryce
Bryce-
won it, they threw the ball. They weren't supposed to throw it yet.
Yeah, and Schwarber should have won that. But
Yeah, you should have.
yeah, no, it was good. I texted you. I floated it out there on Instagram. I got pretty good responses over it. Like how could we make this even more exciting? I don't know. I think if you could talk in some of the old heads, like if I'm Bobby Witt Jr. and I'm like, oh, I want so and so on my team. You can find a way to reach out to that guy like early enough, and they agree to it. That'd be awesome. They have like
Yeah,
a class, like a legend, hitting up there. You got Bonds or Griffey, and whether on
That would be
steroids or
awesome.
not,
That
dude.
would be awesome.
So like these guys hit their timed, and then the bonus round, let's say 5 outs. Let the legends slug it out, and adds to your point total. That'd be so
Yeah.
sick.
With a metal bat, they get a metal bat.
Or would you have to like pull a card with one of the? You already have like X amount of legends there, and your bonus round,
you
you
just
pull a
draw.
Griffey card, you draw a card.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
One
Crowd
of them
would go
has to
nuts
be like
for that.
nuts.
The crowd would go
Yeah,
nuts
that-
for that.
Yeah, totally. So
Although if the legend cost me from winning $1 million, though, I'd be kind of pissed.
that's right. Good point. We can figure out the monetary stuff after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta make it
And then
happen.
All Star game
MLB.
was. We'll talk about the All Star game. You know, I think exhibition games are boring as it is, but I guess for All Stars games for all sports, baseball probably does have the best. What do you think?
100%. And it's basically as you can't really taper back other than maybe running the bases. Even those guys, if a guy hits a ball in the gap, he's getting after it. It's the All-Star game. He wants to be the MVP.
Right.
Ellie De La Cruz hitting a single, just motoring on around first, challenging a throw to second, puts on the brakes. Like, you're not getting that out of a football game or the NBA. I'm sorry. It's just
Right.
it's free pass for a dunk fest.
The
I
pitcher
don't know.
doesn't want to be embarrassed. You don't want to give up runs. You don't want to. I mean, either way, no one wants to be embarrassed in baseball. Like, there's just no way you can hold back.
No,
You're not going to lob it
absolutely
in
no
for
way.
a guy.
Right.
Like Webb got Judge 3-2, and he throws him a 3-2 slider. He didn't just throw him a fastball because it's the All Star game. You know.
Exactly. So that's what makes it so great, in my opinion. But I mean, you played in it. You tell me. I didn't get to play in one.
I was extremely nervous. Probably felt like a playoff outing. I remember I had a warm up
Who'd you?
in the middle of, but Betances was out in the inning before me, and he was starting to throw a lot of pitches. So they had me warm up, and then I started like get really nervous. I was gonna come in with runners on, and then he got out of it, and then I think I faced Charlie Blackmon was my very first hitter,
Wow.
and I was throwing fuzz. Well, I guess 95 at the time was fuzz, but
What'd you do?
he grounded out to second. Really exciting.
Routine ground ball. Yeah.
Routine ground ball, say a little chopper.
Who'd you face?
Let me talk. Charlie
Okay.
Blackmon was the first hitter,
I got that. I'm excited.
and then who the shortstop from the Reds a couple years ago? What was his name?
Senzel?
No, keep
No,
going.
I went before that.
Good player, Zach Cozart. Is that
Yeah, Cozart. Yeah.
Zach Cozart? Dot a fastball down away. Then I throw him a slider. Then throw him any sliders. He probably wasn't looking for that. Ground ball to the shortstop. Easy play. And then I had Stanton, which I was excited because I own Stanton.
And he
And
launched.
the crowd went nuts for him because it was in Miami.
Uh,
And first pitch heater, and then he big swing went 2 inches in front of the plate. Salvador Perez throws him out at first.
no way. That's awesome.
Huge swing,
Swung right
really
over
good
that.
sinker. Oh yeah, really good sinker in on him, and it right on the ground. And it was over.
That's amazing.
But it was like I was pumped. I didn't get embarrassed. But it really felt like a playoff outing.
I bet. What what was I going to ask you? With Stanton, were you nervous that he was going to like just pepper one off the scoreboard, or is that in the back of
100%.
your mind, or are you just like just roll over this
Yeah.
thing or just strike out?
I was just thinking, do not throw a slider because that's where things could like accidentally go. Just I'm just gonna throw heaters in on this guy, and I just swear, if he hits one, this stadium's gonna explode. So I did not want to let that. I mean, I'm sure everyone was mad at me for getting him out, but that's why baseball is great because I didn't want to give it to him.
No, it's awesome. So
But
yesterday
gave
we
him
had
standing ovation. They gave him all this. I'm like, oh god,
please don't give it up.
please don't give up
So-
a bomb to this guy.
So Duran got MVP, which is deservingly so. Huge homer to put the AL ahead. Who is the pitcher that stood out the most to you?
I mean, I was watching Adam Wainwright's. He did like his top 5 outings, and he gave his best one to Mason Miller,
Oh, okay.
the kid from
Yeah,
the A's.
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
I mean, he made Shohei look pretty bad.
that's
But,
probably the best.
you know,
one. Best inning.
well, I think he walked a guy, no? Or did he go 1, 2, 3?
He got 2 strikeouts. I know that.
Yeah. But what about why can't I think of the guy's name? The guy from
Say
the
it.
Rangers.
Oh,
What?
yeah, exactly. Yep, that's where I was gonna get at. Kirby Yates, dude.
Yeah, Kirby Yates, the hometown guy, comes in. nasty inning. How is he not the best outing? But the best outing is the guy that threw 2 pitches. Sanchez.
Yeah, that's true. No, I wanted to point to Kirby Yates. I knew no one was going to really. I don't feel like talk about him. He's been out for the last 2 or 3 years, just injury ridden.
A couple times.
Yeah, and then he's an all-star this year, like finally healthy, and like he didn't skip a beat, dude. Like he's been outstanding.
First year was last year. He came back last year with the Braves. He can't start. I mean, he came back a little late because of Tommy John. So this is his first full season, from Tommy John.
Yes.
And they got him for a discount.
And I'm like, how is this guy still doing it? And like, obviously he's got good stuff, but he's been so injury riddled. And it's like, now he's an all-star. He punched out 2 guys yesterday. He made everyone look pretty stupid. Yeah. And I was like, it dawned on me, remember when the cutter became in? Like everyone's throwing cutters and guys started just taking off. I feel like splitter is back. Like if you have a really good splitter with a fastball that rides, it's like the play right now. And he's got the ride. I first started noticing all that in the WBC with the Japanese guys when they're blowing the doors off, hitters. I'm like, what is so good about these guys? Oh, they have nasty splitter, and they're just running their 4-seam right off it. Everyone's starting to do that now, and Yates is so good, but he's been doing it for a while.
Think about it; he was one of the best closers in baseball before he got hurt.
Yeah, but before that, he was nobody. He was just wasn't he just like fighting?
Yeah, and then he was Brad Hand's setup guy, and he was dirty.
Yeah,
and Brad Hand got traded, and they put him closer, and then he took off, and then he went to Toronto, signed like a $5 million deal, and got hurt in spring training. I was playing golf with him literally before he tore his arm, and then that was it. That was 2021. He tore his elbow. And He's not old, but he's not young. And he does not take care
I was just going to say, he is old. He doesn't. He looks like he's in good shape. He's Viejo. He's 37 years old.
Is he? Wow, good for him. Dang, that's when I retired.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring him up. Second All-Star stint.
That makes me feel bad about myself. I need
2017 he really took off.
Good for him. Now he'll probably get 2 years, $20 million out of this.
He'll get a good deal if he stays healthy for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
I doubt it'll be 2 though. It'll be 1 year because of his injury history and his age.
Yeah, probably like a David Robertson, $10 million, like a Kimbrel type of thing, where $10 million, $10 million for 1 year. That's great.
Yep. So, yeah, man, it was fun to watch.
Where are the Rangers at? Let's go over our guesses and see where we're at in our first half. You have it written down, right?
Not on me, but I can tell you what you picked. I remember.
Let's see, the Rangers. The Rangers were my pick to win the West.
They're 4 games below 500. 5 games back though. That division's just kind of.
Yeah, they're 5 games back, so they got a shot. And if DeGrom comes back, man.
Well, but prior to the break, they're 7-3. About Houston's been playing out of their minds too. Remember they started so slow, and Seattle's just kind of holding their head above water. I think they lost the last 3 before the break. So
they did. Seattle cannot score. They've scored less runs than the A's, but they've given up way less runs than anyone. So the pitching is holding them together.
Yeah, it's standard for them. They're hitting like 200 as a team.
So let's go over. I think who did I pick? I think I picked the Orioles to win the East. You picked the Yankees, right?
I did. Yep.
Orioles are 1 game up, so point for me. I picked the Royals to win the Central. They are 7 back. I think you picked the Tigers.
Yeah.
12 back.
Hey, don't hate on them. 8-2 the last 10. They're coming back. They're like the Astros.
Cleveland is they're 4-6 in their last 10, but Cleveland can hit and not give up runs. So Detroit's going to chase the wild card.
This has been by far for me the biggest surprise is the Central and how well they're playing. No one foresaw Cleveland playing like this.
No.
Minnesota, you figured would be the cream of the crop, but even they were just kind of eh. Kansas City looked promising. And I just like Detroit starting pitching. But that's it. And then all of a sudden, Cleveland's dominating. Minnesota, if I saw right, since mid-May, had the best record in baseball.
Really?
Um, yeah, I mean, they started off bad, and so yeah, I mean, what's the summer sausage thing kicked things off? Remember that?
Yeah.
They've been playing well since then, for the most part, and 4.5 games back. It's not that bad, but Kansas City, this really just sets them up for next year. They're
Yeah,
solid this
yeah.
year. I'm happy for Salvador Perez. I mean, he is unbelievable,
Did you know
unbelievable
the over
baseball
under
player.
for Kansas City's win losses was like 74 on the sports books?
Really?
Yeah. I had my father-in-law took that bet for over.
Yeah. Wow.
I thought it was a smart bet.
Yep.
And then we'll move to the West. I had Rangers. You picked Houston or the Angels. You did something stupid.
No, I didn't. No. I picked Houston. I didn't pick the Angels. I root for the Angels, but
Oh yeah, you're gonna root for the Angels.
yeah. No, Houston because
So
of
I
it.
mean that's 1 point for you, I guess. We'll give on that one. It's not over yet. And then
All
I
right.
had the Braves. And who'd you pick? You picked the Phillies?
Phillies.
That looks pretty good. But they're only 8.5 back. Here they come. You never know.
Yep. And then
That's
we
a lot
both had St. Louis.
we both had St. Louis. I still kind of like that. Milwaukee's 3-7 in their last 10. St. Louis is starting to pick it up. So they're only 4.5 back. That's still a ways to go. I mean, their run differential is terrible. If they could just pitch
Yep.
better.
Well, they have been.
Yeah,
Oh,
they scored the
Milwaukee, you
least
mean?
amount of runs in that division, though.
Yeah, that's right. But remember, you're talking about St. Louis, right?
You're right.
So they're offensively for the first month and a half were non-existent.
Right.
Remember,
guys are
remember
picking it up.
Descalso coming on was like, oh, we'll be all right. We'll turn the corner and trying to be all positive and stuff. And they've picked it up big time. If you look 1 through 9 in their lineup, the averages have soared. Except for Goldschmidt, he's doing enough, but like he's still kind of lingering in that low.
He's 36, 37 years old. Like
Dude, he
for
hit
a
like
hitter,
three. What did he hit last year though? He hit like 3 something, didn't he?
Okay, well, give me some time. He's 36.
Yeah.
Okay, he's hitting 230. Okay, he's turned it up. He's at 230 with 13 now.
And he started
He's-
bad.
In his last 7, his OPS is almost 800. So that's progress.
Yep.
He's just not walking very much.
Yeah, I mean, he hit 268 last year. I'm thinking 2 years ago. He hit 317.
But he is 36,
Yeah.
and he'll be going to be 37. That's kind of when like my body was like,
Yeah.
and he hasn't missed any seasons. It's not like this guy gets a break. He plays first base and plays every day.
I know. It's like a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're selling out
You
for your
need, like-
team, but you're
You need a
wearing it.
non-career threatening injury to get a break. Like
Yeah.
Kirby Yates got Tommy John, so he got a year and a half off of just go strengthen your whole body again, and then you'd be highly motivated, and you want to be back in it.
Yeah. Totally.
I always think that
I
you
made
need
the
a
argument.
non-career
I made that.
threatening injury.
Cressy and I talk about that all the time. I'm like, I don't see how these guys are doing it. Like, there's some guys that are in their upper 30s, like throwing harder. Like, well, how many injuries have they had? Like, you guys had 0 break. You were actually available when the team needed it. I'm like,
Constantly.
all right, I'll take that.
With the dry humps.
Tough,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
I love
Like,
it. I
when
love.
I played 2011, I missed most of the year with an elbow problem, and then I came back highly motivated, strong. That brought me
Yep.
another 3 years, and then I tore my knee, so it's not career threatening, but it still takes time. So it gave me another. I missed most of 15, so you come back to 16 strong. It's just
Mhm.
like, and then I just never got another like non-career threatening injury. I needed another one in there. I needed 2021. I needed like, Tommy John or something.
That's it. That was the key. Maybe you should have got hurt more.
I should have gotten like hurt, but people still love you at the same time. It's one thing if you get hurt and they hate you and you think you suck, that you don't get other chances after that.
So by my calculations, anyways, I think I have you 3-2 on the picks.
3-2. We both have St. Louis tie. Okay, you get a point for Philly.
Yep.
Neither one's
Dodgers.
winning the West. You can't
Dodgers.
get a point for not winning. Do you get a point for not if your team's not even winning the actual division?
Yeah, it's ahead of you.
So we're
I got all right,
getting
fine.
like participation
Fine.
trophies.
I got Philly and Dodgers. You have Baltimore.
You sound like the
I'm
guy
winning.
that threw the helmet at me. I was ahead of you, but I lost. Like that makes no sense.
But I'm still ahead of you. I have two teams in first place to your one.
I got Baltimore, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I picked the Diamondbacks. You got the Dodgers. That's easy. But they're only 7 back. Here comes it. They're coming.
I know. They are playing good baseball. There's another one I meant to mention.
The Dodgers lost Glass now. They have their pitching is not good. I'm sorry. Their pitching is not good right now.
No, but
they
just like Houston, they know how to win.
They
just got to limp their way to the playoffs. They're going to hold the 7-game lead. If they don't, it'd be like a catastrophe.
Yeah, but they just got smoked in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Well, Philly's the best team in baseball.
Right. As long as
we're talking about the West. We know Philly's the best team in baseball. We're talking about the West. Arizona.
All right.
Arizona's got a chance.
You're up a point. What about Rookie of the Years? I said this Langsford kid. He's starting to turn it up. Look his stats up.
Oh boy, I don't remember who I said. I have a bad feeling who I think I said.
I think you said the kid from Baltimore.
No, I think I said Parker Meadows.
Oh, that's the kid you saw in Detroit?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Wyatt Langford's hitting 254 with 5 homers and 40 ribbies. So, there's a small chance he can get 80 ribbies, 90 ribbies.
I think you got that one. But, yeah, you got that one because Meadows isn't even playing. He's not even on the roster.
That guy's not even the big. So, point for me.
Yeah, you got that one. That was bad. I think. Or did you pick, I'll confirm when I get back.
I don't even know what we said in the NL. There's that Churios. Did you pick the kid in Milwaukee? I don't think so.
No. I don't know if we did that. I think we just did overall.
I don't know. We'll need you to have a pick. We'll need you to look up what we wrote down.
All right. When I get back. Anyways, it's been a good, first half of baseball. I'm looking forward to the trade deadline now. I saw there was a small transaction, but maybe a good one for the Royals. Got my boy Hunter Harvey, relief pitcher, but they traded away a pretty decent prospect for him. So it's like a win for the Nationals. They're not going to be in contention. It's like, who cares? Hunter's really good. He's been struggling lately, but the dude's got he's nails. He really is. Guys, he's tough.
Where did the Nationals get Hunter from?
Baltimore. But he was hurt a lot. He's had an injury history, but the last 2 years he's been really healthy. So, he came up with Baltimore. No, I think they just signed him as a free agent.
Wow, and they
crazy story. One of my best friends in the minor leagues was his brother Chris, and we were roommates, on the road and at home. Chris Harvey, he was a first-round pick. Right. So I went, I knew Hunter when Hunter was like 13 years old, 14 years old, and so I went to go visit Chris in North Carolina. Rode ATVs with Hunter and his brother, stuff like that. So then all of a sudden, I'm in my last year of baseball in the Nats camp, and in walks Hunter Harvey. I'm like, dude, this is crazy, dude. He had the mullet and the mustache and looked exactly like his brother. Just straight redneck.
Did he go to you and say, "Hey, Dad"?
Awesome. No, we caught up. We stayed in touch a little bit here and there. When he was with Baltimore and I was with LA, we met up before the game and stuff like that, and kind of caught up and stuff. So. It was just weird. I'm like, it's a spitting image of your older brother who I played with like 12 years ago, 13 years ago. And then we're teammates, dude. It was nuts.
Gosh. Does that mean you're old? I don't know. I guess you're younger than me.
And his dad, Brian Harvey, you know that name?
No.
He's like an all-star closer in the big leagues. He was nasty.
Every time I watch that kid pitch, they always talk about he's just like his dad.
Yep. All of them are through the same.
I hope they say that about my son. I'm going to make that kid pitch soon.
Well, hopefully he doesn't get helmets thrown at him mid-race for running someone off the track. Dirty racer like his dad.
That's such just that was the craziest thing ever. Can you imagine like if that happened in like I don't know baseball where you're just mid wind up and bats come flying at you?
Yeah, Roger Clemens took caught, what was it,
That took,
Piazza? Who
no,
was
that
it?
was like yeah.
He
Well,
grabbed the
Piazza
bat
hit
and
it.
threw it back at him.
Yeah. Well, he says he didn't mean to.
Yeah, this is
This guy
that's one
literally
of
said
the
like he
all-time
just like
greatest.
blacked out in rage. He told me like he just blacked out in rage, and I'm just like that sounds like you got problems.
All right, last thing. I think August 10th, I have to fly out for like a alumni or something, some old people baseball game where we pitch at the place I used to play in summer league in Indiana, Rockford Peaches Stadium from the League of Their Own. That movie.
Oh yeah,
So I'm going to
Indiana.
pitch in that. Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere, Indiana. Awesome
What
place.
do you have to do with
Um,
Indiana?
and I played a Central Illinois Collegiate League one summer for like a
Oh,
month, and I ended up getting hurt and going home. So some of the players, former players like Rick Ankiel will be in it. One of them's Kyle Farnsworth. Look up a
oh,
picture of what he looks like
I've seen
today.
it. I have. I've
Yeah,
seen it.
dude, it's awesome. And then I watched a video of him spearing. I forget who it was. Someone on the Reds, a pitcher on the Reds, just absolutely
Yeah,
spearing him and just unbelievable. So I'm
that's
looking
what a
forward to that.
retired athlete needs to look like, Steve. That's what I hope you stand next to him and take a picture.
What do you mean? Like skinny fat isn't cutting it nowadays?
When was the last time you even worked out?
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I'm gonna get back after it though here in a month. I'm getting motivated after seeing Farnsworth.
Yeah, you should. Well, are you playing catch? Because that sounds like it would hurt.
Yeah, I just ordered a bucket of balls I have to throw into a net because I can't play. I'm running out of time. When I get to Florida, it'll be all right. But yeah,
Oh my gosh, that's awesome! I can't wait to see that. You got to make sure there's video.
I'll try.
All right, well,
All
that's
right,
it for
man.
this week. When's the trade deadline? A couple weeks.
Hmm.
All right,
Yep.
we'll see you guys next week. We're almost to 500 subscribers on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed, get your friends and let's go.
Yes, sir.
All right,
All right,
talk to
buddy.
you guys
Have a good
next
one.
week. Later.